Hey, bookworms and constant readers, welcome back. Spring has sprung, so you know what that means. It is time for the winter book review. These are all the books that I acquired since before Christmas, I believe. I quit doing monthly ones. It was just too much with school, so I started doing them seasonally. So this is the one for the winter. I do have quite a few books. And next week I will also be releasing another video on the current book that I finished. It's another 50 States, 50 Scares, and it's The Revelation by Bentley Little. So stay tuned for that video coming next week, but it will be recorded today because I just finished it yesterday and the story is fresh in my mind. So let's get started. There was a lot of Star Wars books that came out during the winter. I think I've got like 3 or 4. The one I'm saving for the end is really cool. It was a Christmas gift from my wife, so I hope y'all like it as much as I do. And then one thing different about this book review is some of you have found me on social media, Goodreads, and you've sent me comments and messages through there, which I don't have a problem with. But you want to know what I read outside the channel. And so this book review, I'm going to include all the books that I've acquired. So not all of these books will eventually make it on the channel. And I'll let you know what those books are when we get to them. Usually if a book doesn't make it onto the channel, it's because I'm either reading it for school and it just doesn't fit with the channel, or it's a political book. The views may not be those of everyone. And so books like that I don't put on the channel because I don't want to hear it. I don't care what your political view is. Like who you like. I like who I like. So yeah, I'm keeping that off my channel. Eventually, I will do books on every U.S. president. That's one thing that I've been trying to complete for a while, is getting a good, reputable book for every president of the United States. I have quite a few right now, but I don't have them all. Alright, so the first book is a Star Wars book. They're doing this whole series on the High Republic. If you don't know about the Star Wars timeline, the High Republic is like 2 to 300 years before the Battle of Yavin, which takes place in episode 4, I believe. And they have a little timeline in front of these books, but it's not always accurate. There's a couple of websites that you can go to get a better timeline. But yeah, I was mistaken. The High Republic is like 200 to 300 years before the Phantom Menace. Not episode 4, so episode 1. And that is correct. And that's from the timeline from this book. And this is part of that ongoing series. Some of these books, they tie together. Some of them are just standalone stories. But this is Midnight Horizon by Daniel Jose Older. And it has a really awesome cover. They started doing this where all of the backs are this gold and white font, which is really nice because it looks good on a shelf. But the covers of these have been really good, really well done. I really like this one. I cannot think of off the top of my head the names of these two Jedi, but one is a master, one is an apprentice. The next, I thought the next one was a Star Wars. It's not. This is from a Goodreads list for scary books that you should read. I got it sometime last year, and they had two separate lists, one for adults, one for YA. I like YA. I think YA gets a bad rap. There are some really good YA writers, and I read YA, and this is one of those. What Big Teeth. This is by Rose Zabo, I think is how you say her name. And I believe this is about a teenage werewolf, but it has such a cool cover. The next one, I guess you could say it's kind of political. I don't think so. There's been a huge push in this country to ban books. And it's one thing that I don't go for. I don't give a shit what the book is about. To me, there's really no difference between banning books and burning books. And so I'm going to start a banned book list on this channel. And I'm going to read and get the information out there for those that want to know what is so, horrible about these books that, we can't let our children read. And there are quite a few books that are banned in this country. I was really surprised when I started doing research to find out just what these books are. It's books like Gone with the Wind, Fahrenheit 451, Catch-22, Of Mice and Men. Who the hell bans Of Mice and Men? But yeah, there's a lot of banned books, and a lot of people are supporting the banning of books. If you support the banning of books, please unsubscribe to my channel and don't follow me. I don't want to be associated with people like that. And I don't care if I lose all my subscribers because of that. I don't believe in banning books, and I never will. And you're not going to say anything to change my mind. So this is tops on a lot of lists. It's Ellie Weisel's Night. And it is about World War II and what happened to the Nazis and the Jewish people, what the Nazis did to the Jews in the concentration camps. My daughter read this for school, and she said that this book was tough. It's not very long. It's a really short book. There's actually 3 parts, but this is the one specifically that schools across the country are banning. Ellie Weisel's Night. The next 3 are part of... I've heard good and bad about this series. It's part of the Amazon Haunted House series. The thing I don't like about these books is they don't give you like the full author on the cover. The covers are fantastic. So this is by James Hunt, and it's The Curse of the House on Cypress Lane. And these are all haunted house ghost story type books. You can get them from Amazon. You can buy the whole collection for just over $100 for your Kindle. I might do that right now. I'm just buying these paperbacks because I love the covers. Look at that cover. Just an amazing cover. And then the spines, see, they have the hunt. That's the only mention of the author's name. That's the only thing I don't like about these. I like to have the author's name on the book. The next one, and these aren't in order. This one is by Alexandria Clark, and it's The Haunting of Winchester Mansion. Again, another very cool cover with the moon behind this Gothic looking house. Again, there's the spine, very similar to the last. Very cool covers on these. And then the last one, this one is by J.S. Donovan, and it is The Haunting of Quinby Mansion. Again, cool old house. You know, it looks like it's in a creepy forest. Again, matching spine. And I know some of you have also commented on my social media about you would like me to read the synopsis of these books, and that's just something I can't do. This book would this video would be like an hour long if I went through and read, you know, all of the little synopsis that they put. So that's one thing I won't do. This next one is from the Goodreads YA list. Great cover. Ryan Douglas, The Taking of Jake Livingston. Just a fantastic cover. There's the spine for you. Just very cool. This one is also from that list, and this is Haley Piper, Queen of Teeth. Very weird. Got this girl, looks like some kind of parasite or something. It's a very short book. Shouldn't take too long to read. The next one, I learned about this from school. One of the professors was reading it. This is one that probably won't make the channel because it's political, and even though you shouldn't support this, I don't think anybody should. There are people that do. This is Kathleen Buell's Bring the War Home, The White Power Movement and Paramilitary America. And the title pretty much tells you everything. This is kind of a history of these militant militias, the Ku Klux Klan and other white power organizations, how they gained so much power and came to be in the United States. The next one, this is another book that will not make the channel. Again, this is like, I think, the dividing factor right now in our country here in the United States. Love him or hate him, this is Bob Woodward and Rage. I have the other Bob Woodward books about this dude right here. Horrible cover, by the way. Along those same lines, this is another one that will not be on the channel again for the same reason. Give me just a second. My pile of books is falling. Okay. And it's another Bob Woodward with co-author Robert Costa. And it is Peril. A little bit better cover, but one of these people I just don't care to look at. The next one is a sequel to a book I am reading right now. That so far I think it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm like 100 pages in. This is Lindsay Ellis, Truth of the Divine. It has a very cool cover. This is book 2 of the Numina, I think is how you say it. Dumina series. The first book is Axiom's End. Probably in a couple weeks I'll have a review coming on the channel for that, and then I will start this one. But so far Axiom's End is really good. I'm really enjoying it. I look forward to getting to that one. This one I picked up because I have this woman's first book, Mexican Gothic, and the cover is what caught my eye. This is probably the best cover in this book haul. Sylvia Moreno Garcia, Velvet Was the Night. Her first book was Mexican Gothic. It had an amazing cover. But this cover was so eye-catching that I picked it up. I seen that it was one of Sylvia Moreno Garcia's books, and I had to get it. This cover is very like film noir type cover. I don't remember the total synopsis that the book entails, but it takes place in the 1970s in Mexico City. All right, and then another Star Wars book. This one I'm looking forward to because it's written by Claudia Gray. If you've read any of the new Star Wars books, she is one of the best writers of these books. I've enjoyed her books more than anybody else. And this is The Fallen Star. It has a very cool cover with all the Jedi. This one, it has a black spine instead of that gold. And then the back has a cool little quote on it. Again, if you haven't read any of the new canon, check out the Claudia Gray novels. They are the best. All right, and this is from that Goodreads list. I've heard good things about this book. I actually know people who have read it, and they said it is really good. I've never read this author before, Chuck Wendig, and it's The Book of Accidents. Kind of a creepy cover on this one. All right, this is, I believe, the last book that it will not show up on the channel. And when you see it, it's for the same reasons as the other two. But this is written by United States Congressman Jamie Raskins. The title is Unthinkable Trauma, Truth, and the Trials of American Democracy. And then spine, back. All right, and let's see, we got the last of the Star Wars books. This is also another High Republic. This is written by Justina Ireland, and this is called Out of the Shadows. Very cool cover on it. This one does have the gold spine with the white font. Matches the other ones. Back gives you little info on the book. This one is actually, I believe, a sequel to one of the High Republic books that is on the channel, but I'm not completely positive about that. Alright, and then this book finishes off a series I've been wanting to read forever. I know there's more books, but I'm interested in the original trilogy. They're the only ones that this author wrote. And it's Stieg Larsson, The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. It is book 3 of the Millennium series. I have heard nothing but good things about these books, and I finally have all 3 in mass market paperback. I love the foil cover, very cool. This next one, I learned about it through another channel I watch. If you don't watch Brian Lee Durfee, go check out his channel. He does some really cool books. He's doing stuff that other people, other booktubers don't do, which I like. He does a little bit of fantasy, horror. He does thrillers, military thrillers, all kinds of stuff. He's not your average run-of-the-mill booktuber. He's doing a lot of stuff that others don't. But this is by Mark Henry, and I don't remember. This is a pen name for another author who does the Jack Ryan series for Tom Clancy, now that Tom Clancy's dead. It's Mark Cannon, I think, or McCannon, something like that. But anyway, this is his pen name, Mark Henry, and it's To Hell and Beyond, super thick. This is actually 2 books in one. So the first book is Hard Road to Heaven, and the second book is The Hill Riders. It's just a giant, epic Western novel. The next 2 is another book series that I have been wanting to get into and read. I love the movies. I've never read the books. And it's Robert Ludlum, The Bourne Identity. Kind of a cool cover. Kind of looks like Matt Damon. There's the back. And it sounds like, reading the synopsis, that it's just like the movie. This one is a little thicker, and it's Robert Ludlum, The Bourne Supremacy. These are the only 2 that I have. I don't have anything past this one. The next one is The Bourne Ultimatum. But I've always been wanting to read the Jason Bourne books. And then the last one, I'm saving the best for last. At least it's the best in my opinion. I've always wanted a really good copy of this next book. It's one of my all-time favorite books. And it's JRR Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. This is illustrated by the author, and it is the collector's edition. And that cover is just amazing. This is all 3 books in one volume. And it has this great red dyed pages, and then look at that. The elven writing, like, this book is incredible. You get a map inside. Let me sit this down. You get a map inside of Middle Earth. It has this cloth bookmarker, ribbon bookmarker. If you take the slipcase off, you just see the all-seeing eye. Very, very cool book. It is totally worth getting. This was probably the best Christmas gift that I got. You also get another map showing Mordor, Rohan, Gondor. This, I still think they're available on Amazon. You might check like Books A Million, Barnes and Noble. It is pricey. I think now it's up to like $75 for this book, which is, it's kind of pricey to me. But that's it for the book haul. If you've read any of these books, comment below. Tell me what you thought of them. Are there any books that you'd like me to read? Comment below, and I'll add them to the list. I have a ton of books still to come. I just don't have time to read them right now. That's all I have for you in this video. I will be recording Bentley Little's The Revelation right after this video. So when you watch it, that's why I'm wearing the same clothes. I recorded it on the same day. I will release that book review next week. I know it's been like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks since the last video. I'm super busy. I don't know what to say. I read when I can. Right now I'm reading a Star Wars book, Axiom's End, and Stephen King / Richard Bachman's Blaze. So look for those. They should be coming to the channel shortly. And until next time, read more books.